Hey, what's up guys, it's Girl Hands, and I'm bringing you guys a Titanfall early impressions video, and it has been a long time since I've done a gameplay commentary, but I'm really enjoying Titanfall, and I figured I would share with you guys my early overall impressions. I almost didn't get a chance to play the beta because initially EA gave me a beta code for Xbox One, and I don't own an Xbox One. I'm PC Master Race for life. So yeah, I had to work that out with EA, but they were pretty good at getting me a new code. Or actually, they just uploaded it to my Origin, and I was able to start playing it on PC. So yeah, so this is all PC gameplay, but just, it's an early impressions video, but to give you guys perspective right now, I'm really enjoying the game. I'm probably going to pick it up, and to be honest, originally I was very skeptical. I really didn't think I was going to like this game. I didn't really care, actually, but if you didn't know, I wasn't a huge fan of Modern Warfare 2. I think there's a lot of really fun aspects to the game, but I also think it was horribly imbalanced. It was very broken, not tested very well, rushed out the door, and just very frustrating. And a lot of the design decisions in that game I really did not like. And those creators, I don't think the entire staff with them, but those creators ended up making this game, and I started hearing about some of the solutions they were implementing, like adding in AI and stuff, and I was like, oh, this sounds like it's going to be a hot mess. But I had a chance to play the beta, and I'm liking it. It's really fun so far. I mean, there are things I'm not crazy about, and I'll get to that in a little bit, but overall, I'm really enjoying the game. I think the combat works very well. If you're a big fan of Call of Duty-esque combat, that real fast gunplay, the short time to kill, then this game, in terms of the infantry combat, plays very similar to that. Now, if you're not a fan of that, then you probably won't like the infantry combat. The big difference, though, is the added verticality. You have this this jumpsuit that allows you to do a lot of parkour-esque moves, allows you to wall run, allows you to double jump. And it's really cool because if you're good at it, then you can traverse the map very quickly because you get a little bit of a speed boost whenever you're wall running and double jumping. So if you're better than the other team at doing all those things, you'll be able to get to objectives or get behind enemy lines and flank. So it adds another element to the game. It allows you to be a little bit more evasive. So yeah, I really like that aspect of it. And it's also, it's very easy to do. I thought it would be very difficult to do all the wall running, but it's kind of like, I guess I'd say maybe kind of easy to learn, hard to master, I guess. Or maybe I'm bad at it. I mean, I can do simple stuff. I can do a lot of different things, but I can see it getting very complex, people chaining very long wall runs together to get to certain positions, but it works very well. I really do like it. Another thing that I like about the game is it's very immersive. I thought all the things going around, like calling in the Titanfalls, all the pop-ups on the right-hand screen of people talking to you would kind of get distracting. But for me right now, no, I think it really adds to the effect. It makes it feel like you're in the middle of this combat zone. There's a lot of chatter going around. And when you run by the grunts, they're talking about clearing buildings, they're talking about losing entire teams, like their team's been shot down or gunned down. So I like that. It adds kind of this extra layer to it. It adds kind of a more cinematic experience when you're playing the game. So yeah, I like that aspect of it a lot. I think it has a very cinematic feel. It's just a ton of fun whenever you're playing it, especially when you call in the Titanfall. And that thing drops from the sky when you jump in, and it just makes you feel like a badass. What else? I also like the Titanfall mechanic versus, say, kill streaks, and I'm going to be doing a lot of comparisons to Call of Duty, obviously, but in Call of Duty, when you do, I have no idea how it works in Ghosts, but I'll compare it to Black Ops 1, or most of the other Call of Duties. When you have kill streaks, when you die, that's it, you're over. You can't continue to build on those kill streaks. In Titanfall, you have a build time, so anytime I think when you take objectives, definitely when you kill enemies and grunts, it reduces the time on that build time. But it doesn't reset when you die, so it doesn't really pay, I guess, to camp all that much. If you're really aggressive, you can get, you know, a bunch of kills or kill grunts or whatever, and you reduce the overall Titanfall build time, and you get it that much faster. So it pays to be aggressive. It doesn't really pay to sit back, unless I guess you're holding an objective or something. But like say in TDM, I guess it doesn't really pay to just sit back and do nothing all game. So I like that aspect. I think it makes it. I think it's a good way of approaching kind of the kill streaks, and it's not really, the Titanfall really isn't a kill streak in terms of how you look at, say, like Call of Duty. Like the only controllable kill streaks in Call of Duty, like an AC-130 or a chopper gunner, those are not a whole lot of fun to use. In Titanfall, it adds a whole nother element to the game when you get in an actual Titan. It's not as fast as the infantry, but that's not a negative thing at all whatsoever. It's like it's very responsive. You've got like this dash ability. You've got the ability to absorb all incoming fire and missiles and bullets and throw it right back at the enemy. So you get, it's a little bit more tactical actually, I think, when you fight the mechs, because you don't want to like spam your abilities and then they're defensive, they avoid everything, and then they return everything right back at you. So I like how that works. I like how it plays out. And it's just another element to the game. You got your infantry combat, and then you've got the mech combat, and I think it works really, really well. And I also don't feel like the mechs, I mean, they're very strong. You want to get the mech as soon as possible, but I also don't feel like it's a death sentence. Like, say, like something like Battlefield, when somebody, right here, if somebody gets a tank, it's very hard for you to take out the tank solo, especially if you're an engineer. I mean, I guess if you have C4 and he doesn't see you coming, yeah, you can take it out. But if you're an engineer, you have to take quick pot shots and try to take it out with a missile launcher. It can be very difficult. And then the guy can repair it if he knows what he's doing and he gets away. But in this game, I feel like it's hard, but you can still take out mechs on your own. And the only thing the mechs can rebuild is their shields. They can't rebuild their life. So if you work at it enough, you can take out mechs just on your own. So I really do like how they handle that. And I just like the overall feel. When you call on that mech, when you get in there, you just feel like a badass. So yeah. Really like that. So those are a lot of things I'm enjoying about the game so far. Things that I'm not liking about the game. The biggest thing that I guess is kind of concerning would be the burn cards. And if you haven't heard what the burn cards are, they're kind of like perks, except they're only used once per life. So you get 3 possible burn cards that you can use in a match. Whenever you spawn into the match in the very beginning, or anytime you respawn, you select one of those burn cards. So you get a little bit of a power spike based on whatever that card is. When you die, that card is gone forever. It's not saved in the inventory. You can't reuse it later on. It's just gone permanently. So they can range anywhere from reducing the time it takes to call in a Titan, to giving you a speed boost, to giving you a powerful LMG, or upgrading one of your weapons. On one end, it kind of... It doesn't make it so somebody can spam something too strong, because if they use all their burn cards up quickly in a match, that's it. They can't use them anymore. But at the same time, some of them are pretty freaking strong. Like, being able to run faster isn't a big deal. That doesn't bother me. But being able, there's one Titan card that allows you to call in the Titan at the very beginning of a match. It's very rare, but of course that's a kind of a random power spike that I'm not too crazy about. I don't like when random elements are thrown into the game like that. I'm not too super crazy about stuff like that. I think the game can run just fine on its own gameplay. I don't think it needs this extra burn card element, or at least if you want to add extra perks, maybe try to implement it more in the gun customization, but make it a little more standardized. I don't know. I'm just not super crazy about the burn cards. It isn't a unique idea though, because it makes it so that you can never, I mean, you can always keep working towards more cards. And like Call of Duty, you can hit the level cap, you can get all the customization you want, and then eventually you're done. But with this, you want to keep earning burn cards, because you'll use them in a match and you'll run out, so you want more cards to keep playing. So it's a way to, I guess, add a little bit of longevity. What else? Bots. I said it before, I wasn't too crazy about the idea of adding in bots. I understand why they did it. If they did more than 6v6, in terms of infantry, it kind of feels small, like if you need more people. But when you get a lot of mechs on the map, I can see that being very crowded very quickly. Luckily, I think they're allowing for modding in the PC community, so hopefully they'll find a way to start implementing more than 6v6. But right now, their solution to kind of keep the pace up whenever you're infantry, and I guess another thing is if you have trouble getting mechs early, you can kill the grunts. So that, I mean, I guess another thing they added in there as well. But as it is right now, the grunts really don't do anything. The only thing they add in is like sound. Like they talk about clearing wounds, like I said earlier. But they're not really a threat. They're really just cannon fodder. I don't know if it would get super annoying if they were a threat, but as it is right now, it's just, like I said, cannon fodder. So I don't. Maybe they need to work on that a little bit. And then finally, the melee system, which is the closest thing it reminds me of is Commando and Modern Warfare 2. So you snap someone's neck if you take them out from behind. I believe that's a one-hit kill. Now in the front, I'm not 100% sure. It might be a 2-kick kill in the front, but sometimes I feel like I have full health and I die instantly to melee kicks. But yeah, the melee system is it's a jump kick, and it feels like you can jump kick from very far distances away and just take people out without any problems. And there's situations where it's like, why even consider using your gun when you can just quickly jump over to them without any problem. So yeah, the melee system, I'm not a big fan of it, but I might just be bad. The other thing could be that too. I might just have to get used to it. But overall, I'm really enjoying the game. I'm having a lot of fun. Like I said, my biggest concern out of all that is burn cards, because I've heard of some burn cards that are very, very powerful. Like the shotgun in this game is very good. It's a long range, very deadly one-hit kill weapon. The trade-off though is it's slow rate of fire. So if you miss somebody at long range, or if you miss your shot, then most likely you're going to die, because the guy has an SMG or an assault rifle, he'll finish you off. But there's a burn card, I believe, that allows it to become, I don't want to say fully automatic, but a very fast rate of fire, so you no longer have that trade-off anymore. So stuff like that, I'm not too crazy about that type of implementation, but we'll wait and see. But anyways, this game mode right here, I forgot to talk about this. I'm playing Titanfall's equivalent of domination. It's called, I guess, hardpoint domination. Plays just like normal domination from Call of Duty. The only differences I can recognize is, one, the score limit is 400, which we just got. We barely came back. We went 400 to 398. But the score difference is different, and I think in Call of Duty, whenever you capture a point, you don't neutralize the point. Whenever you're there long enough, you just capture it for your team. In this game, when you neutralize it, or when you get on a point, you have to neutralize it first. And when it's in that state, I don't think anybody can get points from the flag. You have to stay on it a little bit longer to capture it for your team. So it adds a slightly different gameplay mechanic, right? Because like you might try capturing it, you might die capturing it, or you might die before you truly capture it. But if you neutralize it, that means that the enemy team has to go back and recapture it, so they're not getting points on the flag either. So it doesn't. It's not always the worst case scenario if you die on a flag and not capturing it. And that guy just owned my face right there. That's one of the cool aspects of the game. Kind of that parkour thing this guy did. I gotta try that. But yeah, really liking the game. Very immersive. If you get access to the beta, try it. If there's a demo, try it. Give it a shot. If you guys want to see more videos in the future, let me know. And like always, take it easy.